So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who can have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. It's time for a change, gotta bounce up. The oppressor's about to get tossed up. I'ma lay him out, execution style's too late for an apologetic claim. You wrapped in a cloak of flame, by God, it's over. Doing your time is to the end. Lock Josh silent without sin. He put me on the ladder for justice to win. The oppressor's about to get rolled down. With suppressors attached in the war zone. Revolution can start in the Arizona. I'm a messenger prophet like Farrakhan. Backed by the honorable, who sits at the pinnacle. Who judges the hypocritical, cynical, and the plentiful sinful. My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protective service. Quick to pull the Glock, blast and kill. This don't take any kind of skill. I'm ill of all citizens who haven't took a stand or kneels. Too late when the caps get filled. Don't believe in GC type. Going hits close to home. You gotta act the bone, but it got the dome when it's on the zone. All red on my vision through sight. It's killer be killed whenever I fight. From above I've been given the right. So you better be ready to ride tonight. All the way to the dawn daylight. We gon' let him off, so gon' pass the kite. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a, gimme, gimme, gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business, you want to be successful, you want to be like Trump, gimme, 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 push, 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 step, 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 crush, crush, crush. That's how it all is, and it's like, nobody ever stopped.
Watch time and space rock the great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, ways the heart as I sun ray my art her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, ways the heart as I sun ray my art her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when the run and bass drop. I rose up, took a shower, purified my auric field, took copper for a walk to ensure my chlorophyll is pumping. Done some curls for sure, I've more to build. Solid foundation, my crown chakra core and heel, pound the pavement. Sacred ground, freedom I stand for. Free all political prisoners of war, man or woman and child. Rid the land of all foreign and alien entities. I decree this morning, send them back to whence they came. Is the peace laugh or war cry, whatever the relevant name of each path, simple highest form, spirituality's how you teach math. A humble beast is still a beast. Now feel the beast wrath, rain fire upon them, and the internet forms, sigils, emojis, and the avatars that wore them. Destroy this de facto government and its quorums. Establish Big Mom's house so she may restore him. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when rhyme and bass drop. The next host, note to self, quit playing, hit the gas. This shaft is called my turn, take the risk, it's fast. Most of them got vaccinated with chips in their ass, plus rappers sacrificing each other for grips of their cash. Sad can't watch videos without the subliminals. Predictive programming weirdos from menstrual shows. The land's contaminated, fruits and vegetables, black minerals, the water and skies are fried. New wave chemicals, technology got me here in front of my desktop, perusing these beats and whatnot for my best option, contemplating which bar will next pop to unlock the minds that are stuck within a Xbox. Off the chart, I continue to climb, watching the rest flop like carp fishing, 100% fresh salt water. I'm on the front line, X marks the spot. I shine because of her, for she's the best part. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when the rhyme and bass drops.
They asked me if you still on, man. It's hot, son. Yeah. Come on. Yes. Come on. Into the back like exited the max.
What's up, Lou?
You're into the black like exited the max.
Shells.
You're into the black like exited the max.
You my
Into the black like exited the max.
Yo, we back again. If you throw it in the towel, then you back in sin. We need the Holy Spirit, please let the chaplain in. Here at the front door, chilling with the childish grin. We can now begin. Now the truth be told, we're riding on the light to let the youth get old, and following the one that will soothe your soul and take your bad situation and improve your role to release your flow. It's a long stretch to loosen all the nooses from the baby's necks, and tell the young ladies they should save the sex, and tell the young guys not to break their neck for the place of sex, but get the paycheck. And real women really don't play that. A wise lesson learned really way back. I used to okay that. The Lord saved me, Jack, from a life of whack. Come on.
Into the black like exited the max.
Oh,
You're into the black like exited the max. You're into
yeah.
the black
You might want to start paying attention on this next verse.
You're into the black like
Just give
exited
me your
the
attention for a minute. Damn. Come on. We from the same cut, but playing different positions. A top secret message got the president attention. Do what you do, just make the good folk listen. And trust me, yo, it's not about who you kissing. There is a plan to see you chewed up and shit out. The devil's burning red from the fire that we spit out. We only get up, the hell with the down low. Cherish the gift of the wisdom that we found, yo. Still on the mission with the daily agenda. Your head's been cloudy, so I doubt that you remember that I walk with the king besides me. Just like the root in the irie. I volunteer, no, the Lord didn't hire me. It is the spirit that inspired me. Water of life.
I got bit by something. It died. I didn't kill it. It bit. I was sitting here. He saw it. It fell on the ground. It was dead. I don't know. Seriously. So I said, let me vacuum. Because I got that plant out of here that was spurting things that shouldn't have been in here. I told you some people are stupid. Anyway.
When you're free, yo.
Yeah, it bit. It flew, bit. And I think it was a bug. It was a bug. It wasn't, you know, I got a little thing. I looked at it real close. Not worried. And it died, man.
You
It
chain
died.
yourself down mentally, spiritually. Come on, free your mind.
Springtime, right?
You a king. Free your mind, chick. You a queen.
They ain't got shit that can kill me, trust me. Nothing. Anyway, excuse me. Let me add a little bit of off to this. Is kind of hot. Some ginger.
Let me get something.
Ginger water is really good for your guts.
To it.
So is garlic.
I like that. Can we get some heavy drums in there? More like Caribbean. Caribbean. Yeah. Yes, yeah. Bounce to this. I'm just a black man, title, yo, you give me that. I like them imports, never push the Cadillac. And would you figure, Mr. Man, while you're kicking back with sick play?
It wasn't sore, but I took a needle and stuck it in there. Just to, you know, squirrels it. Nothing. So I kind of made it more than what it was. I took this needle right here with some betadine. This needle. And I looked right where the center was using a mirror. And I stuck it in about. I stuck it in pretty far, y'all. The needle? Yeah. So, and I closed it. A little blood came out, but that was about it.
With God on your side, you can get your soul back.
Anyway, hey, it's good to see you. What's going on, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? So I set it up to go on last night, and I figured at a time when everybody be home, and nobody came. But there was two people that came right off the back, right up when I set it up, they were there. So I went live, and I was like 15, 25 minutes in. So I hit Tia, and I hit Ganja. I was calling people. And so everybody started falling in when these two individuals left. I says, so I put it up there, says, don't be so stupid, idiots. Don't hijack it. Just wait until everybody comes in. Then come and have a seat, like proper students should. But you're not going to learn nothing because you're pretty stuck in your stupid ways. That's to the little, I don't say government or alphabet people no more. I say to the dumbasses. Anyway, yesterday I brought about talking about, oh, hey, Snow, what's up, love? Hey, I am Baby Girl Slaughter, and see you in a minute. I'm not on Facebook a lot, but I'll come over there to see you, Jamil, and a few other people, just to see if I put any posts up. So my apologies, I haven't been over there yet. Ganja, what's going on, brother? What's happening, beloved? Tariq, what's up, beloved? T. Hines, what's going on, beloved? Let me know what the hell's going on, bro. What you doing, okay? Let me know. All right? It's a wonderful day, guys. No afternoon, no evening, no morning. We're not mourning. This is not a day after, because we haven't even reached that place or that pinnacle of our existence. Okay? Always got to drop some tea. And it'll never be a good night because people are suffering when suffering should not be happening. And there's other words for the term. Okay? We have to think different, like 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? Andy, what's going on, beloved? Hey, what's going on for 24? What's happening, beloved? So, I wanted to talk about something first. First, you have all right, for those who are in the military, you know that you make an oath to the Constitution. And as you know, it's to the Republic, just as they have you praying in school to the Republic, to which you stand. Yet, each one of these states have their own constitution, and the officials or officers have their own oath. Yet they always says the United States is supposed to be U.S. of A, the Constitution. But when they say the Constitution of the United States, then you can have this paranormal divide of states. First of all, the states' constitutions are bullcrap. All the officials and officers, that is within their own establishment. It's not supposed to apply to you. Neither are their procedures. Because you don't know this, you lack this, you'll go over and you'll look at the Article 2, S1, C1, well, period after each one, 8.1, Oath of Office for the Presidency. Constitution annotated. So that means that this is not the president. So I'm tired of hearing people, especially these conservatives, these idiots who think they know everything, and they're still supporting this divide, because a lot of the Republicans are idiots. They're light skins. Y'all say white. They're not white. They're light skinned. This is not light skin. This is a different shade of carbon or melanation. For the people in the background who have a hard time because you've been grafted into the lie, I can't do nothing for you. I don't care what you think or believe. There's no feelings there. We process different. Okay? So is the oath of office in the Constitution? Well, the oath-taking practice dates back to the first Congress of 1789. So if the first Congress was 1789. Well, what was before that? Anyway, 1789. We didn't say 16, 13, 14 because they want you to believe in some fake history. So that way you will, in the discourse of your knowledge, you won't discern yourself with Tartary. You'll take the level of Egypt, which didn't even exist, because it's a period of time that has nothing to do with the truth of its name. Okay? Just like Atlantis. They want to make it myth. That way they can circumvent this divide. Just like they want you to believe the earth is some spinning ball 1,100,000 miles through space with this geocentric swirl that is nothing more than the rhythm I showed of you yesterday that is based on what? What hurts. See, this is what I'm talking about when people want to start going fluffers and round earthers and all this other stuff. Don't even entertain them. Do not sit there. That's why I would have drawn that on Bro Sanchez's channel when I'm live on it, but he was micing me. So I said, wait a minute, I'm not going to deal with ignorance. So when we have people over here coming blowing swan and talking about, I follow so-and-so, I'm like, you don't even have a clue why that individual exists and why he's doing what he's doing. Because if it wasn't for individuals like me, a handful, he would have never had a platform other than his being a CEO, all right, at one time. And though he's throwing out great information, he'll come by the consortium of truth when it becomes relevant to him. And I'm not here for that. So when you think about the House, the Senate, and the U.S. Constitution and everything, you must know these things. And most people will read one particular part, and they'll see the other part, and there's no gravitational pull toward it. You know, gravitational pull means this, right? It doesn't mean what keeps us bound to the earth. If that was the case, spinning at that speed, for those who are aware, with different gravities pulling all over the place, low orbit gravities and everything else, if you were to take magnets at the right mathematics and put them on a spinning thing and see if they work, well, it's already been proven that they wouldn't. That's why I can't wait to read Flatlanders to you to give you the facts instead of the fiction, because most people still buy into this round earth and everything else and all the lies, just like they want to shoot 3 rockets up into the eclipse on April the 8th. Like, people, stop feeding into it. Doesn't matter what they do. They're not going to stop what is coming. What they're attempting to bring forth, or they have, what's going to happen, there is nothing unless they change their direction. And they got to be held responsible. I don't think there's a better word for responsible, but they have to be held in that state. For all you religious zealots, you should know that by now. But because y'all are quaking in your boots and you're full of fear and you don't really study for self-affirmation, all right, you are redundant. So that way therefore you stay, as they say, a reprobate. I would love for the Hodge twins just caught up to so-called white people being black. They weren't even born, even though they went to Marine Corps during this fake war and everything, right? They weren't even born when I already knew that, the ones in my family and everything else. There's no such thing as white or black. But because they're comedians and they're conservatives, if they only knew that it wasn't ever called a conservative, it was just the Republic and the Republicans, one government, and we didn't call it a government. But when you have people miseducated, regardless of their relationships and everything else, and because of their platform, me right now, I can change face. I can change and become like Langley and have millions of followers because I would satisfy the keynote speakers and everybody else and the fake fictional elite. Trust me, I could do that. So they're just talking about something that I remember in high school say, hey man, there's pale skins who are, there's light skins who, even when I said that, people light skin, you light skin. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to debate this. They're white folks. I had to talk like that because I'm dealing with ignorance, who are really black. And I was like, man, you crazy. And so I remember pulling out these medical books my grandma had and says, look, up to 150, 200 plus pale skins born in melanated couples everywhere, especially in this country. That's not including all the other ones. And they were, oh, wow, that is in the book. But you know how it is when you go through the era of heroin, crack, cocaine, the partying, the hip hop, and everything else, want to get noticed, make the millions, a fiat that's worthless based on 1971, and punk ass Nixon, who was also part of the Zionist party of elite fake NWO thinkers who just played this part, and he was able to fold out because of the fake Watergate based on $70,000 something. Anyway, let's go over here to this, okay? Because I'm not going to keep going on about that. I know people have a hard time with it. I already proved it that you fact checkers are full of excrement. That's why they need to stop their game, but they're not, because they're part of the problem. When I was talking about COVID being Divok and the reality of it because they tried to dismiss it. But if you like me and you speak Yiddish and you know things, you know better. Okay? Okay, where is he at? There we go. No, let's go way over here because this one was the one I was expressing about Edward Curtis. For those who aren't aware of Edward S. Curtis, this individual, okay, his pictures were supposedly, his paintings and stuff were supposedly rediscovered in 1960s, right? 1970s, all right? So-called. That's what they, you know, everything they got is Orwellian factor. For those who remember hearing that, Orwellian, and they didn't know what it means George Orwell. It means something that benefits the lie. Not in a good way, but it's saying, points to it being a lie, all right? So Edward Curtis in the North American Indian, exploration of truth and objectivity. So for those who want to go ahead and read that, go to Photography Ethics Center, okay? That's just one of them. I can give you the WHTPP and all that stuff if you want it. But you can go over there and know that in 1896, Edward S. Curtis began his life-defining project, born in 1835, 65, whatever the hell he's born. Anyway, we can get to the bio. You can get into it. Life-defining project. But what made him get into that? The North American Indian, the project spanned 4 decades, consisted of 40 volumes of images and text, and produced over 40,000 photographs. In undertaking this colossal task, Curtis sought to record the culture and lifestyle of Native American tribes before it was lost forever. Today, his photographs face criticism for presenting a romanticized notion of Native American life while neglecting the harsh reality in which they lived. So this is the ergo of the bygone. This is pushing the new association with somebody outside of the place of who we are, so that way they can keep the land or stay in control of it. Because you got enough dumb Negroes running around talking about the African American, a whole lot of other stuff, not knowing that we created Nigeria, a tenth of the Congo, and a whole lot of other places that most people they don't want to talk about. Okay, I even talked to guys who were from the Doggone, who are Europeanized, who were in the military with me, who says, "Oh no, man, some of my ancestors come from over here, and there is a percentage of this land. Y'all don't understand the war that happened. The lands were all connected. I don't care if you want to call it whatever terms you want to call it. Okay, the lands were all connected. There were Titans here. They existed. All right, Titans were here before we were. Okay, but hold on to whatever it is you want to hold on to. Myth becomes legend. Legend becomes myth. Which way you want it to go? History is written by the so-called victor, right? Well, who's the victor? Who says who's the victor? Well, if they're writing and making sure you know a certain language that's cast spells, if they say they're the victor, you accept it because the nuances of everything else is an absolute opposite of everything that you know. But if you don't know that, you're paramount to the lies, and therefore the victor becomes the elite, and they're the ones who reside over you because they control everything. They created this monopoly, whether it's through the fake Federal Reserve, the hedge fund, indoctrinating people, cameras, all the porn from 1800s to the 1900s that y'all never seen, black and white, flashcards and everything else by these same Gujar Chazars are the same, because nobody else doing it. Even same relations. There's nobody in our records of history. We don't have to go that deep. We know that. For those who don't know that Russia and Alaska is 55 miles away, hell, there's some people, marathon swimmers, could swim it depending on the season. But other than that, no, I think there's very cold temperatures that will probably have some effect, unless they're Wim Hof swimmers. But the people that were left in Alaska were left there. That was part of, go and read about it. I think it was like over 10,000, 11,000. Well, they brought them into the country. By who? I had T and Ganja, met him a few times. One of our good brothers over here, all right, Chad, one of the best mechanics you ever built, who builds some of the best diesel-powered, fastest vehicles you can find, okay? Old positive, mama's old negative. He's got Cherokee in his family. Really, seriously, okay? Country boy. His great-great-uncle, Kit Carson, was the one who brought the Navajos to the Hopi's land after they made war amongst the real Hopis, who I used to sit down and talk with, because I knew the ones who still had afros and curly hairs, going down to their land where no Navajo was really allowed, and partaking, knowing the French and the Spanish, the conquistadors and everybody else, whatever made up name you want to use, okay, I'm using that for your, who were raping their women because they fought and they hid. And the Hopi are still here with a reason, they detest them, regardless of the ones that get married, because they don't have hate. That's not who we were. Like the Pima. You look at most of the Pima, they're round eye and dark. And some of them got skin issues, eczema, Why? Because of the mixing. The war they lost. And they even hated us themselves to hide. And you know that amongst the so-called black community. Okay? This is not complicated stuff, y'all. All this stuff is puzzle pieces. Easy to put together. You don't have to contrive something to construct something. It just doesn't happen. When you ask them to go back anywhere before 18, listen, you ask any of them, I want to hear your genealogy going back before 18, damn 90 or 75. And they don't have it. They're using our stuff. And the pictures are there. And you're like, no, they have a hard time. Do you know what happened to most melanated people when they get about 67 years old? They start looking like a so-called Indian. How many of y'all took a good look at Chuck Berry, James Brown? Put aside the voice. Because see, Hollywood wants to paint a voice a certain way. You can't do that. I know a couple of the New Age Mongolian brothers, or Ket people, whatever you want to call them. They're not true Mongols. They were Negro people too. But anyway, these people were conquered and they were subjugated and utilized. They don't know their real history at all. So we have people arguing, which arguing needs to stop. And they're going to learn one way or the other. They're going to have to learn, accept the history. And that's the reason why they don't like them doing blood work, because then they do find out, okay, well, some have. I got African blood, 10%, 15%. It's not African. There's no such thing as African blood. This is BS. There are blood quantums. There are different types. That's the sum of that. And their locale, which these fake doctors and these phlebotomists and the people who do the science behind it are very well grafted in and have been accepted because they have been bought and paid for. And the ones that haven't, well, see if you can find them. And if you do, ask them the questions, the real questions, the hard questions. As you know, by some fictional-ass executive order, Biden, fake-ass Biden, signed this open border thing. First of all, what were we reading in William Cooper, Behold the Pale Horse, about executive orders? And what did we read later on? There's nothing legal about a goddamn executive order. Nothing. It's not steeped in nor from the Constitution. It is part of the enemy's narrative to take down a country or a continent. Why are people lacking in this? Because they won't research it, and then when they do, they'll only go to the surface information and want to argue with dysplasia as if that's supposed to mean something. So you can go, and there's enough of his stuff where you can go on and you can look at all the pictures. The funny thing is, some of the pictures, you see us. Already been there. So you can go to that, okay? You can go to that photography ethics or whatever the smack you want to call it, center. Or you can just put in the individual Edward S. Curtis's and all his photographs. Now, some of the PDFs, like from fake liberal source, you didn't have to pay for before the fake demic. Fake demic. I said it again, fake demic. But you go over there and you might, like, if you go to the Guardian and New York Post, whatever, they might want you to pay for something that, this is the crazy of it. This is the craziness of it. Unless you're somewhere where you could actually get the book. I didn't look at the book. I don't want to get the book. I'm not going to go buy the book. I was expecting to be able to buy certain books today. Nobody made the donations except for 2 people, other than the people a week before. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I'm not going to ham on that. You know? But it tells me the audience that I have are brothers and sisters who I say I love and I have respect for. I guess it's not plutonic. So you can go over there. You got all kind of different stuff. You have all kind of hyperlinks and everything else. You go over there and you can search it out for yourself, okay? If you want to. As far as indigenous to North America, when you want to get into the buy things of Norman McNeary, so we know we have Kimberly L. Norton and John Ogilvy, which is the original one, right? You guys, excuse me, you know I got the original one, right? But I always pull this one up because Kimberly L. Norton, I read the other book about her and realized she was one of those, Boule ain't nobody, all right? So the Boule exists, but they're nobody, okay? It's like people put their star on the walk. People started to realize that. I talked about that years ago. Like the walk a star and you walk on it. They're beneath you, but because Hollywood and because you're a sponge, you look outside of yourself. Have I not been saying that? Yeah, they're nobody. And the ones that speak up, you see what happened to them. But this book right here, and there's the other one that's kind of a pinkish color or yellow. I have the yellowish pink color one, which is older. that's only by John Ogilvy. That is the stuff that you might want to read. Jack D. Forbes' other book was a good one. I plan on getting into these books, but I really had anticipated people waking up, and if the government's willing to put you in lieu of wanting to kill you, it's tyrannical. Therefore, you should have the same insight for them. It doesn't matter who they have protecting them or whatever. The problem is you don't know how to come together. I'm not here to advocate violence. I don't have to. Not at all. But the problem is that you have accepted your irresponsible place, your amnesiatic state. And that's what you believe. You believe because you don't know that you're supposed to remain in. And then you have these fake ass tough guys, you know, Meek Mill from Philly, right? Well, there's a whole, it seems like everybody coming to Philly, even Benny Singh, they all want to get the booty up, you know, get the booty or get some lucking all over them. So it seems to be that way in a lot of these damn states of liberals. A lot of this hooty hoot. I'm not knocking you, but that's why they talk the way they do. You know, when I was living in Brooklyn and traveling through Harlem, Guardian Angel, yo man, when you talking about man, like that's supposed to mean something. The most deadliest people are the most calmest talkers I ever knew in the world. The most silent. You know, yes, many violent encounters in New York, not a lot, but because I was a guardian angel and because I didn't tolerate people with all that rah. I despised them because they're weak and cowardice. They're hunks. Okay? Especially when I know this is my ancestral land, you come with that old wah, and I come from a people of giant killers. I don't care what you think you know. I know my family's history, regardless of the Eng bloodline or Lee, regardless of the Dutch, which is only one. The other ones actually are our names, whether it's Kaiser, Klein, or Schaus. Which one is it? Unless you accept the fake history. Most people don't know nothing. That's why I subjugate myself, hoping that people are better themselves. I don't like games and fake tour. When I give utter respect to people, it's only one kind of respect. It's like it's one kind of love. There's only one kind of hate. It can be fashioned many different ways, because fear is the part that plays, part of the symptoms. Well, I cut this guy's head off, or I do this, or remove his hands, or do these weird things, right? That's, it means it's meaningless. And that's what people move on, because the world is so afraid to speak up, to stand up against the bull crap. If we have these things in the Constitution and people talking about the Constitutionalists, yet you got these fake agencies that can come along and create a fake January 6th and all this other stuff, Trump plays a part into it too, because you don't hear him saying nothing about the true people of this land. You don't hear him saying nothing, because he's part of the damn problem. Benji, what's going on, beloved? True, if they say history is written by the victors. Yeah, yes. Yeah, Benji, I got you, beloved. They have to be held accountable. We don't have to say, but see, that's the whole thing, beloved. We keep saying coulda, woulda, shoulda. We gotta stop talking. You get it? And that's where we get caught up at. We have to stop it. It's just like P. Diddy. What about the Nickelodeon bastard? What about Clive Davis? What about all of them? Like, you know why he was able to do that? Just like Dre? Because niggas is with it. I mean, Busta Rhymes telling all them goofy lies. He made videos, right? Busta Rhymes was on his way to being a billionaire, right? I actually heard the tape of P. Diddy busting Meek Mills. It's real. The hell, it was the security guy. It was enough for him to say enough is enough. Dude, I never want to hear nothing like that again. Two men slapping. There's nothing, anything about it. Don't worry. Don't ask me where. If you want to look up something, you can find anything. I heard it. It was real. It wasn't made up. It's not AI. Oh my goodness. There's some real ones in New York. All right. I used to deal with them. And they couldn't stand half the stuff they saw going around. There were even the ones that says, you know what? I don't know what, but I know that they're the ones, brothers in Brooklyn who I knew, who said, I don't know if we did or didn't, but come from over there or whatever. I know we got a whole lot of our folks over there, because I got family members that went over there, and they would sit there and say, you know, around the 1800s. I'm like, well, duh. Because they wouldn't visit them. And the people told them where they were from. Mississippi. Louisiana, yeah. You know, North Kakalaki, the real California. You can't make it up. I hung around people who listened to me, who had something in the relationship, or made sense. It wasn't a hang around. We did many things, working out, some of the guardian angels, okay? I know you was wondering what this was, right? This is Ginger D by Yogi. I'm going to read these with real ginger I grew, cut up in there. Therefore, ergo, it's really, really dark ginger. I actually put it in a cup. I had my coffee this morning, my mushroom coffee, so it's a little bit mushroom for me. Sorry. So this way, mine says here, listen to this, find your unity in your service to all. That's the reason why I keep coming over here. Something I have to do. One who knows how to enjoy life does not need riches. What do you consider riches, people? I said this a few days ago, remember? What makes you rich? It's been part of my key, otherwise I'd be running around like my family, seeking millions or having millions and everything else. I'd be like, daughter, go ahead and drop that in my account. Because, you know, any fool would say they're going, bro, you need it right now. Get your daughter up. No, I don't. To be conscripted into this world of lies? Okay. Die for nothing and stand. No. Die for something or stand for nothing. Oh, that was yeah. Okay, I almost had that wrong. And besides, I'm eating ginger. Holy smack, that's strong. I love it. What was that? 42nd back in the street. Yeah. I love it over there. Born in New York, when that happened, it was everywhere. And that's the messed up thing. And yeah, they brought all that crap in, you know, and that's what perverse. And when you have people struggling and suffering, because you got to remember, New York in the 60s was destroyed like everywhere else. And that whole purpose of destroying was to destroy much of Tartary. And then they incorporated many of it, the brownstones and City Hall and all those different things. Even that fake library they called down there in Manhattan, on the other side of Madison Square Garden. Most people don't pay attention to it. Why would anybody pay attention to something they know nothing about? Now there are people walking all over the place, and there's people looking at the Gilded Age and wiping over it. I told you when I was in England and walking around in America, I used to look for buildings that had like I-624. So that meant it was built in 624. They would say that, and it would later, the year, because of adding 1,000, would make it 1624. Do you get where I'm coming from? You had buildings that I saw that said 416, 325. That would be the 3rd century, when these Gujars were walking around different lands in Europe, just that conquering of people, murdering the people, having with the children, with the females, you know, different ages, making all these subordinates, having those people who are groomed to make sure to distill them and turn them into something else. That's what you see right here. And they did it with our people right up under our nose. We're not that damn weak, are we? I just want to know. It's kind of slow. It's so slow. So anyway, remember we were talking about 440, 880 and all, 880 and all that, and looking at the different designs. Just go ahead and pull it up on your tablets, your phones, your laptop. If you have the ability to have an old speaker, you have a subwoofer, you get a piece of plexiglass and spray paint it black, turn it over so you see the black with the shine. Get you some of that sand the silica sand that you put in the fish aquarium, because it's washed, and it's, it's healthy, it's beneficial to collect algae and pores. Put it on it in the middle. Make sure that you have it hooked up with a low volume. All you need is volume, turn it, and have it with a, I forget what the series of batteries required, and just slowly turn it up. Hook to a, I don't know, see, I'm old school. Like, I get like a little radio on the AM, FM, and I know exactly where to put it on the diodes and everything, with a little capacitor and all that. I know right where to put the wires, so you can get like the 93, the FM or radio station coming through it. Or you can just have it where it's still got the little jack hooked up into your system, turn it all the way down, put in your subwoofer excursion, get a little meter, put it on the side of a little meter that reads, the ambient outside of it. Watch the shape and then read what the meter says, what the frequency is coming. And look at the designs. Okay? It's not complicated. This is the fun stuff. And then when you hear the sound, then you look for the things that can oscillate that sound. Take the meter and put it beside the speaker on your TV and see what's coming out. Open your window. Put that same meter, right, outside your window. All right? Remember I said the off-gassing coming from the insulation of those buildings and apartments? It's always going, and it's toxic. Just like the synthetic they started using in all these shoes made in these foreign countries. I hate saying foreign, but they're foreign from the truth. When I say it, that's what I mean. Everything has been designed to cause harm. What more do a people need? I'm only asking. What more do a people need? Yeah, but he's one man, honey. All men, all women. And no man is above any woman. We are equals, and not in the part of this fake, goofy thing that's going on. Because as I said, when the Bruin thing came over, why did all of us start going at each other's throats like that we're retarded? Y'all don't get how everything plays a part. People now talking about Chick-fil-A. When was Chick-fil-A good? Tyson. Like, I'm sitting here saying to myself, y'all better off eating pork chops and fat back and hog head cheese from China than eating the chicken. Is more toxic than all of it. They made sure the best thing for your diabetes was the most toxic as well, like okra. Something that's a staple or indigenous to who we are, that goofies try to push off to Africa, that is not grown over there. What? Maybe now. They grow stuff everywhere now because everything is synthetic. Okra we used to be kind of purplish, reddish. I don't know when green okra came. I forget when that came. I don't even remember when it popped up. That's how it is. I got pictures with me and my nannies and my mammies and my great grandmothers in the gardens. Damn, that's gingery. Oh God. And so yes, I showed you the individual for Pump Up the Jam. I figured that would be a good post. It's good to know things, because when you watch the video, you can see the sensational beast of the liar and those who will play a role for a bag. They're all around you. Gilly the kid, I wish he would say something, knowing damn well his child was sacrificed. This is what I'm talking about. It comes back. So all you want to be rich and be something, you'll be rich, all right. Anyway, I just want to share that. I'm going to go ahead and eat something, and I'll come back later on. I appreciate you guys, and we will get our read in. And it'll be an interesting and good one, because I know it's the cliffhanger. I was pretty pissed off because I knew that fucked around, and I was like, y'all can't be that damn busy on a Thursday. But there ain't no telling what some of you doing. I know you ain't gonna be honest. But you gotta be honest with yourself, so I don't expect you to be honest with me. And some of you might have went out. There's some of you have legitimate stuff, but it made perfect good stop. It made perfect good sense because they think they can really stop what's gonna happen to them. Now they're bad choice makers, and it's all about technology and war and death, and that's they're not bright. He got I gave him the new box with the kitty, the stuff they like, they crack. He's digging nonstop. He's rubbing his head. He's laying down on it now. I could just show y'all, but that's kind of pornographic. No, it's just a cat. He loves that stuff, that kibble. You know what I'm talking about. That, I call it the kitty crack. He loves it because it makes them all euphoric and feel good. It works on the big lions and tigers and all of them as well. Anyway, my dad ain't play that. I know that's right, baby. Nobody's dead. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. My beloved sisters. It's always wonderful to see y'all in here. Me and more. My love. Brothers, you already know. I'm going to eat. Yeah. I'm hungry. All right. I'll see y'all here in a couple hours. All right. Y'all have a good one.